From the halls of Hollin Meadows come the people who will be the future of our country. I refer to you and me. We will study and get ready for all the years we'll have to be the backbone of the working force in the land of liberty.
At Hollin Meadows Elementary School, located in the southeastern part of Fairfax County, students, teachers, and administrators see every day as a new day for learning. From the time students step off of the school bus, work through a day of varied and challenging learning experiences, and continue with special after-school activities, the students are living the Hollin Meadows motto, the 3 R's.
Hello, I'm Bernice Johnson, the principal here at Hollin Meadows. And as you can see, we have displayed our models, the 3 R's. We will rise, reach, and realize for all of our visitors to see. What we believe in is that our children will rise to their potential, reach higher heights, and realize that they can succeed at whatever they want to succeed at.
By focusing on the 3 R's, Mrs. Johnson and her staff not only help students achieve and develop self-confidence, but also help to instill a sense of pride at Hollin Meadows. Several activities have been initiated to promote this attitude, including the awarding of blue ribbons each week to students who display characteristics of a good citizen and who live up to the 3 R's. From the blue ribbon winners, each class selects a special person of the week who is featured on posters and bulletin boards in the classroom. This is just one way in which students at Hollin Meadows are made to feel good about themselves. And along with other special recognition programs, the activity promotes school pride and spirit. Students look forward to the monthly School Spirit Day and proudly wear their school t-shirts, sweatshirts, and school colors.
They get involved in school spirit because I guess they like the school. I asked my mom to make the shirt for me because I love this school. And I'm sorry I have to leave when I move.
There is definite school pride, as you can tell. Everybody, we're really proud of Hollin Meadows, and I think it's really kept the school together. The children, I mean, I've noticed, here's an example, someone was littering on the playground and one of the younger kids went up to the older child and said, "We can't do that, you're ruining our property." So, I mean, it's carried on. I notice it, you can notice it in the halls. And today being School Pride Day, we're all in blue and gold.
The Hollin Meadows students are very proud of their school. They feel comfortable in the family atmosphere, enjoy the special programs and activities, but most of all, they understand why they're here.
We come to Hollin Meadows to learn.
At Hollin Meadows School, we view our children as lifelong learners. Lifelong learners because we view each day as a learning experience and a new experience whereby children can learn something new and different. There's an atmosphere of warmth and support that is exhibited by teachers as well as the administration.
The warmth and support exhibited by the staff at Hollin Meadows is only one reason for the school's academic success. Hands-on learning, integrated lessons, and special activities also contribute. Let's take a look now at some of these exciting learning opportunities that help students rise, reach, and realize. These Hollin Meadows first graders regularly start out the school day with a block of language arts activities, including reading, writing, and listening to stories. Using an integrated approach, their teacher often incorporates stories and activities from other areas of the curriculum into the language arts lesson.
I think it's beneficial to integrate language arts with other areas of the curriculum so that children do not learn through isolation, and that they realize that science and math are as important to reading as reading is important. We use it in health and social studies, science, even art sometimes is an extension of our language arts program. And it all becomes connective learning instead of abstract learning.
The snowman. Now I am a snowman, standing on the lawn. I melt.
In this activity, students are developing reading and vocabulary skills while learning about poetry. Beginning with short poems, students learn about rhyme and structure, then move on to more challenging poems.
Bubble.
Said the kettle.
Bubble.
Said the pot.
Bubble, bubble, bubble. We are getting very hot.
Shall I take
After
you
reading the
all
poem
to
together, students were given the sentences with the words out of order and asked to reconstruct the poem. This activity reinforced word recognition skills and helped children see the rhyming patterns. In another activity, students also read along with the story first, then followed up with a reinforcing activity.
This is the snake that dropped from a branch and swallowed the fish that swam after the frog that was under.
After the story, students talked about the characters in the book and made a story web or diagram showing all of the main characters.
How many characters were in this story?
5.
5. Let's count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 characters in that story. Peter said which character was the main character? The frog. And these were other characters, but the frog was the main character. Very, very good.
By focusing on the structure and components of a good story, students are better able to write their own. Students draft, revise, illustrate, and take great pride in sharing their stories.
My rabbit likes me and my rabbit likes to hop. Me and my rabbit like to play, and my rabbit, we like to play on the hill.
Writing and reading go hand in hand at Hollin Meadows. When students write stories, they enjoy reading them to the class. And when students read books, they are often asked to write their reactions in a response log. This connection between reading and writing strengthens the learning process and helps students realize the importance of developing strong skills in both areas. Another connection between reading and writing occurs in the school's book publishing center, the Hornet's Nest Press. Here, students take their writing from the draft stage to the final finished product, a book bound in a cover and ready to share with family and friends. Let's learn more about the writing process and the book publishing process at the Hornet's Nest Press. First step, writing the story.
Pre-writing is when you brainstorm about what subject you want to write about. Then you make a web or some other thing to help you with ideas about the subject you are going to do. A web is when you write down your ideas for your story. After you have brainstormed your ideas, you can start your drafting.
When I write a draft, I write my story for the first time. Before I make a draft, I might want to make a web of my story or list ideas I want to mention. After I finish my draft, I give it to someone to look over for misspelled words and punctuation.
Revising is when you look over something you have written and make it better. You might do it alone or the group or the grown-up. First you go over and find mistakes. It sometimes helps to read it aloud to someone. They may suggest something you might be able to use. If you wish to publish, go over it one more time and make some final corrections. Then have someone look it over one last time. Then you have revised to make it perfect.
When you share your story with your class, you get to show your class your illustrations. Then they ask questions like, do you like your sister? They can also give comments like, that's a good story. You have a place in your book for comments.
Instructional assistant Mary Jane Tucker works with students and offers suggestions as they progress through the different stages of the writing process. She encourages interaction among the students, especially in the early stages, where opinions and ideas are especially helpful.
The end.
Okay, what was her story about? Somebody read? Oh, David?
Ladybug.
And
A farmer got her trapped.
so it's kind of the problems that the ladybug had. Yeah, what does somebody tell me what they liked best about Caitlin's story?
With the writing completed, students move on to the publishing process.
After I have finished my draft, my teacher arranges a appointment for me to have a conference at the publishing center. I take my story to the Hornet's Nest Press, and I share my story with the parent or Miss Tucker. I decide how many lines I would like on each page, and then the person I'm conferencing with marks it on my story. Then I am interviewed for the About the Author page, and then my story, the About the Author page, and the covers I have chosen are put in this kind of envelope and are typed.
Some stories are sent to parents to type, and many are typed in the publishing center. The envelope containing all the parts of my story is given to me to check and illustrate.
When my story is returned to me, I read over to see if there's any typos or any other mistakes. If there is, I bring it back to the publishing center to get corrected. Then I illustrate the story in the cover. I also write my name and the title on the cover. Then I put all the parts into an envelope and bring it back to the Hornet's Nest Press.
At the publishing center, a parent or Mrs. Tucker checks to make sure the pages of my book are in the correct order. Then my cover is laminated and trimmed. Holes are punched in the cover and pages, and the book is bound with one of these. My book is delivered to my classroom, and I enjoy sharing it with my class.
The Hornet's Nest Press is a very important part of the writing process at Hollin Meadows. Students take pride in publishing and sharing their books and enjoy seeing the final product as a result of their hard work. But as in many activities, the process is just as rewarding as the end product. As we move on to another area of the curriculum, music, we also see how the process is as important as the final performance.
I am a systems analyst. I use computers to assist. I solve problems every day in a scientific way. It's my job.
For this song, students not only learned the music with solo and group parts, but they also learned about careers through the lyrics.
I am a checker at the store, poultry and produce and much more. Guarantees for money back, putting groceries in your sack.
Well, last fall, the West Potomac High School Pyramid planned what they call West Potomac Community Day. And they invited people from schools in the community to come and perform and share crafts and things with the community. So we thought it would be fun to take little children who have their careers ahead of them to share their ideas about careers, and we taught them some songs and took them over to perform there. And it was so well received that we ended up taking them also to a nearby nursing home, and they shared the songs with the elderly people there. And it was just a lot of fun for the children and for the teachers involved.
When I was just a little girl.
Learning and performing the medley of songs about careers and the future made some students wonder what's in store for their own lives.
Well, it sort of gives you lessons like, for instance, que sera. It tells you that the future is nothing that anybody can tell what's going to happen.
Although this song made students think of the future, another had them reflect on the past as they learned a lesson in history along with music.
Oh, Martin Luther King.
Oh, Martin Luther King.
In this song about Dr. King, his dream, and his quest for civil rights, students learn that some of his beliefs are reflected in the school motto, Rise, Reach, and Realize. And through music, the students were able to celebrate his victories and pay tribute to his memory. Students can learn a great deal through music and other performing arts. And along the same theme, Dr. Martin Luther King Jr., his work and his life, 6th graders at Hollin Meadows also learned a lesson in history, which began as an activity integrating language arts and library skills.
This began as a 6th grade project integrating language arts and library skills. The 6th grade students have been working on literature appreciation. We began with, let's say science fiction, historical fiction, and we worked up this month into biographies. And Martin Luther King's play, we read about it in a professional journal. And I approached Mrs. Lawton and the students with the play, and they decided that they'd like to find out more about Martin and the other characters that were in the play.
William, will you read the paragraph on Frederick Douglass on page 210?
I am Frederick Douglass. I was a slave until I ran away. After many hard times, I began to speak out against slavery and unequal treatment to blacks on trains and struggled to help black children and white children go to school together. I started an anti-slavery...
By researching their characters, students learned about the individuals who worked to bring about change throughout history.
I learned how Martin felt when he said how he felt when he was speaking for equal rights for blacks.
The most important thing I learned from the play was about Martin Luther King. I learned a lot about Martin Luther King that I didn't know before. And I learned a lot about the other people inside of that were used inside of the play. I learned a little bit about Harriet Tubman that I didn't know, and some other things about Frederick Douglass and Nat Turner.
I learned to direct the people, and I learned how a play would actually go when it's about a person that's very special.
Well, first I learned how it feels to be in the play, and I learned about how Martin Luther King Jr. helped to bring about change.
I think the kids gained a tremendous experience. It provided, I think, an opportunity for the boys and girls to express themselves creatively, and also it gave them a chance to express themselves in terms of drama. It was also fun, as well as a learning experience for them.
I have a dream. I have a dream that my 4 little children will one day be judged not by the color of their skin, but by the content of their character.
At Hollin Meadows, teachers work to provide unique learning experiences for the students and receive support from community members and parents who want their children to benefit from enriched classroom and extracurricular activities. One of these activities is the annual Invention Convention.
I'm the PTA volunteer representative that does the Invention Convention here at Hollin Meadows School. We've done a science fair in the past, and last year, for the first time, we decided to do an Invention Convention. And we decided to do this because we wanted to give the children a new opportunity, sort of an innovative thing, to give them the chance to really sit down and think about something.
The students were asked to think of a problem or need in their lives, and then design an invention to solve the problem. Let's take a look at some of the inventions and see how they're making students' lives a little easier.
What you do is you put the net down before the leaves start falling, and then when they finish falling, you pick up the net and you throw the net away, and you also throw the leaves away with the net. And so then you don't have to rake.
let's see, my stuff keeps on getting my stuff that when I go on trips a lot, and whenever I go on the trip, stuff gets down the seat and the stuff, so I can't get it out. So I just invented this, so it hangs over the seat like that, and you stick in, you can stick in stuff. And here's for felt pens, snacks, and whatever.
Well, I did this because I have trouble with pockets. I need pockets a lot, so I decided if I add the pocket, then it would be more better for me. And the way I did this with Velcro that was sticky on the backside, and I would put it on the pants, and then I would get another strip and I would put it on the pocket so I can stick it together. And so if I don't want the pocket there, I can just take the Velcro on the pants off, so it doesn't look that bad.
We were very happy with the results in that we did ask the children to find a need that they personally had in their lives. What problem do you have to solve? What is wrong in your life that you would like to make better, or something that would make somebody happier? And many of them came up with inventions that would really make their lives better. And so they fulfilled their own needs.
One student, who always wins playing Monopoly, invented a game with the same format, but different rules to make it more challenging. Another invented a device to dry her mittens after a day of playing in the snow. And another student, who didn't like to get dressed up, designed a set of t-shirts that would properly attire him for any occasion. This idea was really popular among some of his friends.
They love it because they don't really like to dress up snappy like me either.
The Invention Convention was a great opportunity for students to put their creative thinking and problem-solving skills together, and was successful in helping students build confidence as well as inventions.
I think the characteristics that come out of this, or sort of the side effects that come out of being an inventor, are things that we all like in people. Their imagination and people using their intuitions, people using their creativity. It sort of gives a child a self-worth and a feeling that they say, you know, I am valuable, and what I've created is worth a lot, and it makes you really proud.
Helping students feel proud of their accomplishments is a #1 priority at Hollin Meadows, and members of the staff work to provide an atmosphere that will encourage student success. In the school's math lab, for instance, we learned that students can receive extra instruction to boost their skills in mathematics. Working with math manipulatives, students gain hands-on experience in understanding abstract concepts.
It's based on Piaget's theory of operational thinking. And as you can see, the children are really interested in working with the little manipulatives. I mean, to them, the bears are their friends, and, you know, playing with little pieces is a lot more fun than sitting with paper and pencil.
It has what?
It has a leaf.
The leaf. Very good, Austin. That's a super job. You learned a lot today. It has the leaf because Austin took away.
When we took it.
All right, which row has the most now? That one, because you took some from this one and you took some from this one. Okay, super job. Super job.
Okay, usually with the kindergarten, we'll go over something we did last week, or we try to meet 3 or 4 times a week with the same group. We'll go over from the last class, the last thing we did. I will introduce something new and then do a wrap-up. And this way, I feel that they've built their foundation for it and see where the understanding is and who's missing it. And as you could see today, there were some that got it just like that, and others that are going to need a few more lessons with the same work that we did today.
In all areas of the curriculum, at every grade level, the efforts of the Hollin Meadows staff are rewarded by student success. Working cooperatively with administrators and parents, the staff has created a learning environment that meets the unique needs of the students. And this is done through teamwork.
Here at Hollin Meadows, we work together as a team. The collegiality that exists between staff members as well as the community is something that is very unique. We have parents that are involved in our daily academic programs. We have parents who volunteer to help out with field trips and also to do special projects in the classrooms. We have children who come from a real diverse background who share the common goal of we will rise, reach, and realize. This really makes Hollin Meadows a unique place to be. We're friendly, we're warm, we're excited about learning. We have a wide range of programs here that are really exciting.
One final activity that we observed at Hollin Meadows is indeed exciting and is successful because of teamwork and cooperation.
When the jump rope team really helps the children become creative. They develop their own routines. They work as teams. They learn cooperative learning through this after-school venture. They learn how to interact with different groups of kids. They learned that cooperative learning is important to produce a routine. And also, it helps them with discipline. It helps them to be disciplined in terms of academics because it's a spillover effect. It has a spillover effect in terms of spilling into the academic areas because you have to be disciplined. You have to attend your practices. You must be able to interact in a positive fashion with the other students.
At Hollin Meadows Elementary, students are encouraged to rise, reach, and realize. Through classroom activities, special programs, and unique opportunities, the students are able to learn and grow in all areas of their lives. From building the self-confidence of an individual student to developing a school-wide sense of pride, Hollin Meadows offers opportunities for students to rise to their potential, reach higher heights, and realize that they can succeed.
The atmosphere at Hollin Meadows is warm, it's open, it's innovative, and it's really exciting. And I think it's a happy place for the children to be. They get an experience here that is different because they're willing to take risks. We allow the children to express themselves in a productive manner. We allow the children to explore new ventures. We allow them to stretch their minds through our innovative programs. And I really think it's a real neat place to be.